Hello everyone in the EDAP 585 class. I hope all of you 585ers had something to do on your very short fall break. We are going to pick up where we left off with looking at TPAC, SAMR, and UDL. This week we will look at UDL, which stands for Universal Design for Learning. And what we are going to be looking at is a couple of things. We'll be looking at, first of all, we're going to take a learning styles test. If you remember some of your probably early instruction in education, the name Howard Gardner means something to you, and his different ways of learning that he claims that people have. So we're going to take a look at that. But UDL is a lot more deep than that. What UDL basically says is that kids who struggle with the curriculum do not need to be fixed. It is the curriculum that needs to be fixed. And if we teach to the margins, in other words, we teach to the group that exist at the higher end of the bell-shaped curve, the gifted and talented, if you will, and if we teach to the lower end of the bell-shaped curve, our special needs students, then everybody is able to be a part of the curriculum and has success. This is UDL grew out of research done at the Center for Applied Special Technologies. It's located up at Harvard University, which is where Howard Gardner teaches. And it basically does a really nice job of helping us deal with something that we already understand, and that is that we deal with a very, very diverse group of citizens and students in education today. It has little to do with race and more to do with social economic status and kids having exposure to ideas and activities as they're growing up. So we're going to be looking at CAST and their work in Universal Design for Learning. As you can see, this is a very full subfolder in our module. I've been a part of the whole UDL and CAST for a very long time. So what are we going to do with all of this? Once we finally finish this up, and I hope we get to it on Monday, I'm planning to, what we're going to do is we're going to think about what did TPAC, SAMR, and UDL have to say to us, and we're going to use a resource that is located here. And in this resource, I have lots and lots of examples of classes that are using technology. And we're going to play a little game called the TPAC game. And we're going to be looking at these classes through different lenses. We're going to look at the classes through the lens of the technology expert. In other words, the person who just loves technology and sees it as the answer to everything. Think David Pogue. Think pedagogy, and you think of John Dewey. We think of content expert, and that's you. So we're going to be looking and finding what we think are lessons that do the very best job of integrating technology into their pedagogy and content. We're going to be identifying what that pedagogy is that the teacher is using, and how does it then fit with SAMR? And then we're going to look for aspects of Universal Design for Learning. It's going to be a very, very busy Monday. After we've looked at our TPAC CEHD, we'll use a tool called BlendSpace. Now, BlendSpace is one of those tools, again, and you hear me say this all the time, but I mean it about BlendSpace. I love, love, love BlendSpace. And we're going to be looking at it in a way that I hope is very straightforward for you. We're going to create in Blend Space, and as you can see already, there are lots and lots of teachers who have had our class that use my Blend Space login, and you are more than welcome to do just that. And there's now an iPad app that will do Blend Space. So there are lots and lots of uses of Blend Space. And as you can see over here, people make their own classes, and that makes it very easy then for them to sort of wall off the Blend Space from other people. So we will create a new lesson. And what we can do here is, as you can see, we have these boxes. What the boxes are for is for you to put content into them. Now, some people like Blend Space because it is very linear sequential. And as you'll find from taking our test, you may find out that you're a very linear sequential person. And that's fine. Others like the ability to play inside of here and create whatever they want to create. I'm going to Monday walk you through how it all works. Excuse me. How it all works. You'll notice over here you have lots of resources that are available to you that you can then put into your Blend Space. And of course, one of those resources that you're going to put in will be one of the videos that you will have looked at here. Because as you know, these videos all have a connection back to YouTube, and from that connection we have the ability to grab an URL.
In the San Diego State University laboratory, entomologist Dr. Kathy Williams and Dr. Steve Barlow prepare for a live fiber optic link into Jim Dykeman's classroom miles away.
After them is E8. E8.
And once we, clicked on the wrong place. Once we do that, all we have to do is just drag it in. And it becomes a part of your presentation. We're going to create slides that we're going to bring in the video that we think best demonstrates TPAC, SAMR, UDL. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 slides, and you'll explain how it works, looking at it through the lens of TPAC, looking at it through the lens of SAMR, and then looking at it through the lens of UDL. If you find a video clip that doesn't really do any of these things, that's fine. Just be able to explain in your 3 other boxes why it doesn't meet any of the criteria for a TPAC, or why there is nothing in SAMR. I don't think you won't find at least one thing from SAMR that'll be in each one of these videos. And then, of course, under UDL. When we finish with it, we are going to basically share it. I think you see where this is going. And we can share it by getting the embed code. And once I get the embed code, the other resource that we have been using all through the series of lessons is, of course, our old friend, the Edmodo that we have set up. And I'm sure you can remember how we log in to Edmodo, and then how we can put a post and we can embed into that post. Oh dear, I think I just clicked on the wrong thing. But the thing is that what we have, let's go ahead and just back away from that. There it is. It took forever to find that X. We are now going to, of course, put a note in that says this is my video that I found that demonstrates TPAC, SAMR, and UDL. Here's my place where I put in my embed code from my blend space that I created. I need, of course, to give it a short description. You remember all this. Attach, and then send the whole thing. Keep forgetting I have to put a note in. Finally. And what's nice is, just like in the pictochart that we made, the blend space just becomes a part of the note. So, we have a lot to cover on Monday. And if we don't get everything done by the end, that's okay. We can kick over to the next Monday. So I will see you Monday in 201G. Come in prepared to explore universal design for learning, prepared to explore the use of a blend space, and you already now understand how to use your Edmodo space. So I look forward to seeing you all.